Guys, I found the coolest and most nostalgic TikTok videos that I have to show you guys. It reminds me of my childhood. How uncomfortably close teachers get to you when you ask for help. Yes, it's so true. And they're just doing their job, okay? Like, teachers work so unbelievably hard and I have so much respect for them, but it's always bad when you're the student next to the one that asked for help, because then you're getting booty in the face. Remember that? And then you're like, I respect this teacher, I'm not gonna look, but it's real close to me. Play along with me in the comments and tell me which one of these clips are the most relatable to you. When you come to school late for a doctor's appointment with food. It's like, I made it, I have Chick-fil-A, everybody wants to be my bestie. What I did when I was in school is it was always Sonic, and I had a weird phase where all the cool kids, their tongues were a different color when they came back for lunch. What is wrong with us sometimes as children? All right, POV, you hear your dad wake up at 6 a.m. for work to go brush his teeth. Oh my, that was disturbing. This is not relatable for me. My dad is very quiet and super like respectful of not wanting to wake us up, to the point he's like a magician. But when I had sleepovers as a kid, people's dads are loud. What you be doing? One sneezed. One of my friend's dad sneezed from outside and it woke me up. What is going on? POV, you're walking in an area from your childhood, but you get hit by nostalgia. Oh, 100% I've experienced this, especially the older you get. Like going to your childhood home, your childhood school, and you get all the feels. I think this is going to be really relatable, especially for the guys. I do remember having these cars and playing with mud. Wait, Bear in the Big Blue House. Preston loved Pokemon. Wait, that was cute. And the sounds of the kids laughing in the background make me sad for some reason. Think about it. When was the last time you played with your favorite toy? Did you know it was gonna be the last time? Oh! I remember getting that warning and the teacher was always mad when they said it. It was always in a really intimidating voice that the teacher would say, "The bell doesn't dismiss you." I went to public school. That's all I'm saying. Why do we do this to ourselves? You have to get out your frustration.
I'm running away.
Poking holes in your erasure. You know what? I don't relate to this one. I felt like I was like making it dirty looking. Yeah, I've definitely done that. Done that. Yeah, I used to think something might be like scary downstairs if the light was turned off.
Let's do some ASMR triggers you probably experienced as a kid that you didn't even realize were ASMR. Crack an egg on your head and the yolk is running down.
I do remember this. Why did we do this to each other? Why am I whispering? Have you guys, do people still do this in school? That's my question. Bro takes lunch break seriously. Oh, they are sprinting. Wait, this is so relatable because my senior year and maybe junior year of high school, we got off-campus lunch. So you had to hustle to your car, get in, and run to where you wanted to go because you did not have long. Me during the exam remembering the exact PowerPoint slide, but the answer's blurry. Do y'all still do PowerPoints anymore? I don't know, but I remember, like, we even had what's called an Elmo projector, okay? You have like a screen here and a light, and then you put like your piece of paper and it'd go on the projector screen. It's crazy. It's crazy. I feel like now you guys can like watch tutorials that are made by Sora. Things have advanced very far, but I do remember those long, very important PowerPoints. Me as a kid after playing outside with my friends. Oh yeah, you gotta get some water or some juice. Wait, yes, the breathing. Why do I remember this? Guys, that's kind of gross. Or do you remember in school, did you guys ever have to wait in line at the water fountain and like this dude in front of you, he's like snot down his face, like drooling and like he's huffing on the water fountain like and then you're like next in line and you have to gulp the water after him? Guys, gross. This is why we all got sick in school. When it's hot at night, so you gotta hug the wall because it's cold. You know, my bed was never that close to a wall to relate to this personally, but I get it. Like it's when you get the one leg outside of the blanket, but then as a kid, you're like, what if something's under my bed and then it eats my leg? So you have to retreat under the blanket again. Anybody else experience that? Jaden, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, good. POV, when you hear a banger from your childhood you forgot about. Yes! I may have a playlist on my Spotify account only of bangers from my high school years. What's on it, I will not tell you guys because it's embarrassing. I really liked hip hop. That's all I'm gonna tell you. And rap, which my dad was very upset. Wait, he's in a hallway. Did you guys ever do like Spider-Man up the hall? Do you know what I'm talking about? Like you get one leg on one side of the hall, one on the other side, and then you go like up. Don't, because I did and I got in big trouble and I fell on my behind, so don't do it. The 8 core memories we all have from Wii Sports. Throwing the ball backwards or in the wrong lane. Guys, people get injured playing this all the time too. I'm just saying, like if you didn't hold the remote well, you just like throw it back and you can like break a window or your friend's knee. Don't worry, I didn't ever do that. But I do feel like I remember when Wii Sports first came out, it was like the coolest thing in the entire world. Like everybody wanted it, but I'm an only child, so I didn't play it a ton. I would play it at my friend's house, but I feel like, you know, it was the thing. I randomly played a NASCAR and baseball game as a child. That makes no sense. Also, guys, we just started a new Discord channel. I would love for you guys to join. It's in the comments because that way you can help us pick what videos to do next. And if you have a specific clip you want me to react to, just send it to my Reacts TikTok or Instagram and I'll take a look at them. I feel like I knew this clip would be relatable to a lot of people now, but there weren't a ton of video games for me to play when I was learning in school. We had computer lab. We didn't just have computers in our class. Isn't that crazy? I was just given context that apparently it's terrifying when your teacher says, go ahead and log off for me, because the person who gave me context, Jaden, must have done this in school. Bad. Me as a kid going to bed.
No.
Yeah, you never wanted to go to bed. And like sometimes you'd stay up late reading under your sheet. It's so true. It's so relatable. The older I get, I'm like, why didn't I save those naps? Like reserve them for a later time in life. When my mom wanted me to take a nap and I was like, no, I want it now.
Class, today we'll be learning what is 1 plus 1. Any guesses? Yeah. Is it 2? That is correct.
Nice.
Okay, class, solve this.
Guys, can I tell a really embarrassing moment? But recently, I had a really long day, and this beautiful, wonderful YouTuber asked me to do a math question for a short. I think it was like, what is 43 times 11? And I said 32. I don't want to do math right now. I'm giving up. I'm walking away.
Where are you going? I'm leaving.
Me as a kid getting soap in my eyes. Oh, it was so painful. I remember it.
Wait, monsters aren't real. Whoa, why are you in such a rush? Because my friends are waiting. I'm gonna go play with them. But you just got back from school. Aren't you tired? Of course not. I'm coming, guys.
Oh, I miss those days.
Are you okay?
Oh my God. Guys, that was so relatable. I remember I did, I did choir, cheerleading, theater, piano, voice lessons, church, tennis. I would come home from school, do one lesson, then go to the next lesson, then go to the next lesson, and I'd be like, Mom, now what I'm gonna do? What am I gonna do? Like I need to be doing something constantly, and now I'm like, can I take a bubble bath and eat Chipotle? Thank you. POV, you got sick as a kid and went to the doctor. Yes, and you know every sick kid, they're gonna cough in their hand, put their finger in their nose, and then touch one of these. So my mom would yell at me at the doctor's office. Well, she didn't yell, but she'd be like, Brianna, you're not touching that. It's dirty. I remember that very vividly. That is that medicine tasted kind of good. I remember that one. For some reason, some of these photos make it look creepy. I remember some of these doctor's offices looking exactly this way, but they didn't scare me. Could be because my dad's a doctor, so I would go to clinics often just like being with him, but that is very relatable. Proof we're getting old. PS5 was released 5 years ago. I remember when that was a huge deal. Fortnite was released 8 years ago. I remember when it was released because Preston got his tonsils taken out. Bottle flip challenge was 9 years ago. Fidget spinners and I never got along. That was never my thing, to be honest. Toy Story was made 30 years ago. That's insane. Minecraft 14. Anybody been playing it for 14 years? I'm curious. Cars was made 19 years ago. A lot of these things seem so new still to me. Wait, have you ever heard of Umizoomi? I have never heard of this game and it looks really fun actually. Frozen, no way was it 12 years ago. I remember seeing it in the movie theaters with one of my best friends. Flappy Bird. Guys, that's insane. How are things that old? When you need to play Roblox and Animal Crossing at the same time. This is a real iPad child in their natural environment. Now, I did have a Nintendo DS. For some reason, the first game my dad bought me was Lord of the Rings game. So that's like the first, not console, that's the first like Nintendo game I remember playing. It was never this extreme though. Wait, their refrigerator has a TV? And they're choosing to watch that instead of the real TV. Wait, somebody who's Gen Alpha, if you're old enough to comment on this video, could you tell me why? Like, I'm genuinely curious. Why would you choose to watch the fridge over the TV? When you skip in all the hard questions and realize you just skipped the whole paper. Okay, I do remember occasionally getting stuck on a question and I was like, okay, we're gonna keep going, we're gonna come back to this. I don't think I ever got to the extreme of skipping the entire paper though. That's stressful. But guys, one time I was a straight A student all my life, like all A's. I took it very seriously, but I did really bad at Spanish for some reason. And I always wanted to know Spanish, but I got a quiz and the instructions were in Spanish and so were the questions, and I didn't know what the instructions were saying and I didn't know what the questions were saying, so I started to cry and then the teacher let me retake it another day.
He only likes chicken nuggets.
Yay. I mean, I feel that.
I really do like chicken nuggets.
Who doesn't like a chicken nugget? Guys, when I was a kid, it didn't matter what restaurant. If we're going to a Chinese restaurant, a Mexican restaurant, a Italian restaurant, what chicken nuggets do they have? That's all I cared about, not the chips and salsa, the dino nugs. Y'all pray for my nephew. He's the OG iPad kid. What? I used to play Guitar Hero and I thought I was really good, but like this kid is Einstein or like Mozart or Beethoven or someone very musically inclined. Is this real? Like this, there's no way this is AI. Give this boy an actual keyboard. Like we need to hear him play. Look out below!
BU this season was my BU anime collection. Build your bundle with 3 items for 10% off or 5 items for 15% off. Get free shipping for any orders over $75. Only on Bremerch.com. Look out below!
It was so long ago that you wonder if it happened at all. I remember all of these things. I feel like I could talk for so long about each thing we're seeing. Oh my gosh, the TV channel thing. I feel like a lot of you guys watching may not relate to this. You'll have to let me know. I do have one very important one that is very relatable to me. This is the how am I doing wall. One day I got a yellow light instead of a green light because I talked too much. And I was just bawling my eyes out because I always had the green light. But I never stopped talking. Yeah, you gotta balance on the furniture. Yeah. I never had a heater like that, but I understand. Color the outside, yeah. Oh, light switch. Yeah, you're trying to get it perfectly in the center so it's balanced. Almost. I remember doing this in the gym all the time with the fan. I still do that with markers sometimes. I have never done that with socks. Oh, okay. Wait, why have I done this? Like watching someone else do these things, you realize why did we do this as children? Things that only 90s kids understand. Oh yeah, the see-through phones. You had to have like a cabinet under your TV because you had, see this dingle hopper? It's like what, you know, like your VHS tape and everything had in it. I don't know how to explain technology. I actually remember the screensaver that is relatable in computer lab. I didn't play with those, but those look super fun. Yes, I do. It made you feel the music. There was also a very trendy see-through chair that we all wanted at the book fair, and that's what it's making me think of. My Barbie had one, no big deal.
Class, attention, attention. Let's make sure we're reading the questions before we answer. Okay?
That makes me so self-conscious.
We have all of class to finish a test. I make this test really easy. There's really basic questions. We already reviewed this before.
Ouch.
Okay?
Ouch. Here's what I'll say. I never had a teacher go that hard after looking at my test, but I will say when they would look at my test while I'm taking it, I would try to read their eyes. Did I get the question right? I had to look at them for help almost. Like, did I get it? Is it C? Yeah? Okay. Please click one of the next videos before they disappear. Could you relate to any of these clips? Let me know.